Hello and welcome. Now, a couple of months ago we talked about the remake of Adventures of Babysitting. That was the 100th Disney Channel original movie. And that starred Sabrina Carpenter and Sophia Carson and was a terrible, 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 terrible film.
Take care of our babies.
Of course. How could you let a 14-year-old kid sneak out into the city?
Normally I like to talk about the original before the remake, but in this case we're going reverse style. So today we're going to talk about the original Adventures in Babysitting. Adventures in Babysitting was released in 1987 and it stars Elizabeth Shue. And really cool fact, this was directed by Chris Columbus and this was his first directorial debut. He also directed many years later Rent in 2005 with Anthony Rapp. And Anthony Rapp is both in this film and in Rent.
Today's of inspiration, playing hooky, making something out of nothing. The need to express, to communicate.
So I love the connection that they got to work together in various stages of life. I don't know what they did with the remake because they basically dissected everything that was decent about this plot and turned it into trash. I am so happy to say that this movie is 1,000 times better. There's still a lot of issues with it, but it's realistic. Because this was the 80s, credit cards weren't that big. Kids didn't really carry around credit cards, they had checkbooks, and we didn't have cell phones. In this scenario, Chris Parker is our main girl that is supposed to go on a date with her boyfriend, but he cancels last minute.
Hi. I gotta cancel. Now she's stuck babysitting the Anderson kids. Sarah.
Mom got Chris to babysit for me.
Chris? Her brother Brad.
Oh my.
His best friend Daryl.
Who is this kid?
Stray dog.
Chris also has a very terrible friend, Brenda, who decided tonight that she would run away from home, and she's freaking out at the train station and lost all of her money on the cab. So because she's actually a good friend to Brenda, she decides that she will come and rescue her, going into the city and bringing her back home.
Chris, please hurry up and get here. Brenda, I've got my mom's car. I can't drive it into the city. Oh my God! There's a man with a gun! Get me the hell out of here! Brenda, look, just hang up and sit down. Don't move, I'll be there in half an hour.
And that's where all the problems start. But compared to the remake, where the two girls just met each other and after getting problem after problem after problem, they end up being friends. They actually have a background in this one. They've actually been friends for a while. So I can understand that even if your friend is a terrible friend, if you have been friends with them for a long time, you will support them a lot more realistically than you just meeting this random girl on the street and then because she shows you a little bit of fun while getting you in so much trouble, you're friends. They have a lot of issues within getting into the city and trying to rescue Brenda, but the issues are realistic. They can happen. I've been in a rush myself and I've left my wallet at home, my license at home. They end up getting a flat tire on the freeway, which is very hard to fix, so this guy comes and helps rescue them.
This is the night when things go from bad to worse.
Big city, dumb sucker.
To ridiculous.
Wanna go to bed?
And that's when they end up getting chased down by criminals and they have to basically escape the criminals while still trying to rescue Brenda and still trying to make it back before the parents get home. It's a crazy adventure. It is more of a comedy, but it's serious and they actually get into a lot of stuff. But I like how this one played out a lot better. It made a lot more sense. It was a lot more realistic. In the beginning of the film, Sarah, the younger girl, is obsessed with Thor. So obviously she's a girl after my own heart.
What do you think? I figure it's my best one yet. Look, I got the sun rays and the cape and the special helmet.
Great. You wasted all my Clearasil on another picture of Thor.
Thor's my hero.
Thor's a homo.
Is not.
But replace Thor to Loki. Loki'd! However, I thought it was really cool, and her whole room is decked out in Thor, and later on she ends up meeting who she believes is the real Thor, who's a mechanic.
Thor. Sarah. Oh, Thor, mighty god of thunder.
Who is this kid?
I love how everything linked together from the beginning of film, and just having her hobby and her obsession help them save the day. I thought that was really cool. So it was a lot more smarter writing and a lot more realistic, and all the relationships were relationships that everyone knew each other for a long time. It wasn't some random girl that you met off the street and you're trying to chase after her and she's just too stupid that she won't give up her camera. I figured that they ruined the movie before I even saw this movie, and now I know for sure that they completely ruined the movie after I seen this movie. This one's 1,000 times better. If you want to see something, watch this one compared to the new one. The new one should not be existing. Tomorrow we're going to take a look at yet another obscure Touchstone picture with Hello again, so you can stay tuned. And as always, I hope you have a magical day, and I will see you real soon.